Hey guys, we're back. This will be the video where I show you all of the makeup that I have collected in almost a year of being on YouTube. Like I said, I do not have anything left that I used before I started YouTube. So all of these items were collected in less than a year. It will be well, no. I started Boxycharm in January, so it will be a little over a year. But I thought I would show you my makeup collection and how overwhelming it can come. They're releasing items every day, all day long, and it gets a little obsessive, but I do love my makeup, so let's go ahead and check out what I own. So we'll go over to this container first. In here is all of my colored eyeliners, mostly from ColourPop and the Urban Decay 24/7. And that's what I keep in there. The Sugar Coal of Honor, those are the only two black eyeliners that I keep in there with that. Over here are all of my lip liners. You all know that I'm a firm believer in lip liners. In here are some extra Q-tips and my double-ended brushes. In here are lip products that I wear on a regular. There's everything from Maybelline Infallible to Larizzi, Tarte, Ofra, NARS, Too Faced, ColourPop, Dirty Little Secrets, NYX. There's just a little bit of everything in there. Down here is also my lipstick bullets that I wear a lot. From Ciate to Ulta, Bella Pierre, Jouer, Urban Decay, Bite Beauty, Jouer, the Betty Boop collection, my Becca, some more Tarte, and a Sephora pen, colored lip pencil, the Flash Jumbo big colored pencil. I like that color. But the top two drawers right here are ones I wear on a regular. These are also ones that I own that I don't wear so much, but they are nice to have if and when I choose to use them. Then over on this side, these are my Wet n Wild cat suits. I keep them all together. This is a drawer that has my tweezers, my little scissors, some bobby pins that have little design or little decorations on them and such. Those are all in there. My lash glue, my sharpener, eyelash curlers, my little, oh, what are these called? Yep, these things are also in there. Alright, then we go over to this drawer, and in this drawer I have a lot of crap. I have my little masks, moisturizers, lotions, Pixie Plumping Mask, Wonder Beauty, Glow Ahead Face Oil, the Touch and Soul Priming Water, Touch and Soul Prime Essence, and then over here are my little lip glosses or lip balms that I use on a regular, some lip oils, some plumpers. Back here has my cleaners, my micro needle, face needle thing, the mask brush, the Deep Relax roller ball, some roller brushes, mask brushes, lip scrubby, all of that kind of thing. All of that's back there. Then up the next one, we have my eye creams, some Canicel day cream, the night cream, the detox mask, the Clinique 72-hour moisture, some Pixie, some Hey Honey, the It Cosmetics, the Juice Beauty, eyes, small roller, my eyebrow and eyelash grower. I firmly believe in this. Eye creams, all of that's in there. Then down here is all of my primers, and I am going to stop buying primers for a while. I have more than enough, from NYX to Too Faced to Dr. Brandt, It Cosmetics, Touch and Soul. I have the Tatcha Silk Canvas that I believe was a waste of money. The e.l.f. Putty Primer, which is very good. Great dupe for this. $8 versus $52. Then I have my concealer from CoverGirl to Pretty Vulgar. Some Beccas, some e.l.f. The True Match L'Oreal. Some more e.l.f. So, concealer back there. Then all of my foundation from It Cosmetics to e.l.f. to Maybelline. There's a Lottie London. So, then we have Believe Beauty, some Maybelline, Rimmel, Neutrogena, my Pure 4-in-1 Selfie, some Rimmel, Milani, It Bye Bye Lines. You get the idea. Foundation. Down here is my eyebrow powder palette, all of my eyebrow pencils and creams and waxes and Dip Brow, the Iconic London eyebrow palette still. Then we have all of my powders. We have some samples. It, Juno, Becca, Laura Mercier, some more Becca. Over here are powder foundations. Some powder from BH Studios. Some LA Colors. The Mally. What was this? Evercolor Poreless Face Defender. Has anybody tried this? I bought it. I don't see where it does a whole lot but make my face very, very greasy. In this drawer we have eyeliners, liquid eyeliners, glitter eyeliners, and eyeliners. Then we have our mascaras. Everything from Tarte to Benefit, Trestique, the new Grande Drama, It, Superhero, Thrive, Pixie, Better Than Sex, Ico, all kinds, Hank and Henry, all kinds of mascara. Down on the bottom drawer, these are all of my single eyeshadows. Then we have my liquid eyeshadows down here. Pencil eyeshadows, the Tarte paint pot, all of my glitters and my glitter glue, and then my craft glitter, glue stick, glitter glue, confetti, colored glitter, little jewels, just my craft basket for my face. Over here we have some detox face wipes, my little mirrors, my roller, tape for my eyes. Back there we have some Bliss, T-Zone. These are peel-off masks, Wonder Beauty, my sponge cleaner, some nail files. In here we have the Dr. Brandt sleeping mask, the Advant, some Tootsie Roll Pops, all of my little samples of face products, Kiehl's, Glow Recipe, Aqua Bomb, some more Kiehl's. Then the little Glam Glow face set that came in my mystery bundle from Fabfitfun. In here is my eyelashes, my vitamins, my doll, ibuprofen, my CBD, gummies and oil, makeup remover, makeup wipes, eyelashes. In here is my highlighting drawer. We have the BH Cosmetics palette, the Anastasia Aurora palette, the Cover FX palette, Too Faced highlighter that's recently new, some Milk highlighters. Chloe's at the door crying. We got an Ofra wheel, the Master Chrome, 2 Beccas, a Wet n Wild, an IBY, Physicians Formula, the Estate, Galactic, Artist Couture, and a Nomad. Then we have the Wonder Catch the Light liquid and dab on end. Both of the Juno Co palettes, they are beautiful. A sleek highlighter that I won from Rhonda Said. The Madison Miller Ipsy collab, the Basic Beauty, and then the highlighter I won from Linda. I'm going to pause and open these things so that y'all can see them. Okay. So there are the Milk highlighters, my Too Faced, the Juno Co, the Sleek, the Madison Miller, the Basic Beauty, the Cover FX palette, the BH Cosmetics, Anastasia, the one I won from the giveaway. So that is an overview of my highlighters. Okay, the next drawer is blush. So we have the Pacifica bronzer and blush duo. I have the Jouer blush palette that I won from Kindy Jane. It has a crack in it, which is why it lays flat now. This beautiful palette that we got from Ipsy not long ago is absolutely worth more money now, since I took all the shades that came in it, threw them away, stuck a blush, a highlighter, and a contour, and another blush in there. And this is an awesome palette now. Then we have the blush I got from Ipsy. What was it from? Dome. Anyway, there's that one. Asiate. The Ofra Madison Miller. The Laura Geller. The Betty Boop blush that does nothing. A Pixie by Petra blush. A Too Faced. Tarte. NARS. And Dolce, however you say that. The Cheek to Cheek palette. This came in a Yes Oh Yes way back when I was getting that. That is what those blushes look like. It's a peach and a pink. The Alamar Blush Trio. This one is in light medium. This one is in medium. I had received the light medium in my box. It was too light, so I needed the medium and purchased that. The Wonder Beauty Blush and Highlighter Palette is still in its box. I'm not going to take it out. Those are the colors in it. And then the Lovecraft Beauty Blush Palette, which I like this company. I have the blush palette and the bronzer palette, and I love both of them. Those are the colors of the blushes, and I think it's a really good palette. Alright, I'm going to pause and put all this back up, and then we'll go to bronzers. Alright, so the last drawer in here is all of my bronzers. We have some Hoola, some Elf. Who is that? Hoola Dew Time. The Butter Bronzer, Chocolate Soleil, Pretty Vulgar, the Gigi, my Marc Jacobs, a Tarte, the Hoola from Benefit. This is a dupe for the Clay Play palette. When I was looking for that palette, I couldn't find it. Stacy from Flawed and Fabulous traded me this for a Park Avenue Princess palette that I had an extra. In here I have the new 8L palette that we got from Ipsy. I've barely used it, but I have used it. And I like Morphe, so... Down here we have a couple of knockoff Absolute New York that I bought at TJ Maxx, and then a contour and bronzer that I either picked up at Walmart or TJ Maxx also. Over here we have the new Wonder Beauty Trip for Two. I got mine in the medium shade, which the bronzer is a little dark. The blush is a little dark too, but they're pretty colors. So even if they don't work as what they're for, that will be a great eyeshadow. Then we have the Lovecraft Beauty Bronzer Palette. And that is what that palette looks like. And then, of course, the Park Avenue Princess palette, contour chisel palette. Mine has been very much loved, but I have one in backup, so it's alright. Alright, again, I'm going to pause and put this up, and then we'll go into eyeshadows. Okay, so this 5 drawer is where all my eyeshadow palettes are. I am going to take them out, put them on the vanity, and open them. I keep all of my palettes in their homes, in the boxes that they originally come with. So it will be easier for me to take them out, pull them out, and then show you. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so in the bottom drawer, I have my Morphe 39A, Samantha's James Charles palette, my ColourPop Addiction, and the 2 new palettes that I just recently got. So I will open these so that y'all can see them. I forgot these other drawers in here earlier. In here are the rest of some of my lipsticks, some lip tints. And here are my lip glosses. This is Samantha's drawer. And then this is Samantha's makeup drawer. She does not wear as much makeup as I do. And all of her stuff fits in there. So, these two drawers are Samantha's. The rest of them, sadly, are mine. Okay, so this is the James Charles palette. I'm sure everybody has seen it. Samantha loves this palette. This is the palette I had to buy twice. Then this is the Morphe 39A. I like the greens in here. And that is what that palette looks like. Alright, I'm going to open up all the ColourPop palettes so that y'all can see those. Okay, so we have the Just My Luck palette, Lilac You a Lot, Aren't You Glad, Main Squeeze, yeah, Main Squeeze, Baby Got Peach, Brown Sugar, Strawberry Shake, Blue Moon, Honey, It's My Pleasure, Ooh La La, Smoke Show, the Mar, yeah, the Mar palette, the Soul palette, Meant to Be, and the Going Coconuts. I still need the Proceed with Caution, the Nude Mood, and the Blush Crush that just come out. But that is my 9-pan palette collection of ColourPop. So, just a second, we'll put these up and go to the next drawer. Okay, so here's this drawer. We got the Violet Voss Pro Holy Grail palette. That is what that palette looks like. Then we have the Balm What's the Tea? And that is that palette. I think it's cute. The little teacups are adorable. It has the 2 primers in it. That was my first time trying a double primered eyeshadow palette. The Too Faced Best Year Ever for 2018. This is one of the first palettes I purchased. Alright, so you have the eyeshadows, then you have a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. The Urban Decay Elements palette. That is what that palette looks like. Then we have the little Morphe, what was it, 15H Happy Hour that we got in our Boxy Luxe. Trying to open these palettes one-handed is crazy. Alright. That is what that palette looks like. Then I have the Ultimate Matte 42 Color Shadow Palette from BH. And that is what that matte palette looks like. Those are all matte colors. I like this palette. It's very easy to work with. Then we have the Morphe 35V. This was my first palette. That is what that looks like. Then we have the Morphe 35M Mood Boss palette. I bought this palette because of the greens and the oranges. But that is that palette. So there's the second drawer in there. Now I will put all of these back in their home and we'll go to the next drawer. Okay, in one of my drawers is this. This has all of my eye primers, all of that kind of thing. Then we have the Too Faced Natural Lust palette. This is still rather new to me. I have used it. I do like it. It's a very pretty palette. The Moschino and Sephora palette. This is what that palette looks like, and as you can see, it has a fabulous mirror. That is that palette. This is a very cute and easy working palette. The I Heart Revolution donut tray that has the 2 eyeshadow palettes, the highlighter, the bronzer, and the blush. Very cute to have in your collection. I think it's just absolutely adorable. Then my Anastasia palettes, I have the Modern Renaissance. That is that palette. I still want the Sultry palette. The Soft Glam palette. That is that palette. And then the Riviera palette. Kitty's Boxes made me buy this palette. Just so you know. That is what that palette looks like. Then my 10 palettes, we have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. That is what that looks like. The Chocolate Bar palette. And the Chocolate Bonbon palette. Alright, so we'll put these up, then we'll go to the next drawer. Alright, in the next drawer we have the Betty Boop Ipsy Collection eyeshadow palette that has no pigment in it whatsoever. I basically kept it for the packaging since I like Betty Boop. Those are those colors. Packaging is really cool. The sleek packaging. The BH Take Me Back to Brazil. I bought one of these for my mom last year for her birthday. The Aurora Lights by BH for baked eyeshadows. I love these colors. All of them are beautiful. They are all shimmer also. Then we have the Color Festival by BH. That is what that palette looks like. The Nomad Underground, Berlin Underground palette that I had such problems with. That is that palette. Beauty Creations Seduce Me palette. Mandar's Beauties does some pretty looks with this palette. It's got some pretty shades in it. The Ish Gemstone eyeshadow palette that I got in a Fabfitfun box. This is one of my husband's favorite palettes. The Small Nubian by Julius palette. I think this came in an Allure box, I'm wanting to say. A Crown palette that came in Boxycharm. These are some pretty colors too. Another Crown, the Oh My God eyeshadow palette. These are more my colors. The Doe Color 15 color eyeshadow palette. What is this? Dream in Color. Got this in a Slay Glam box. There goes the dogs. There's that palette. The Rasha B Cosmetics that I also got in a Slay Glam box. This is a pretty palette. The glitters are really pretty in there. The Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding palette. This is another one I received in a Fabfitfun box. The Wonder Beauty Wondrous Escape Seaside. Those are the colors. I can't get this thing out of the box anymore. Not that I use it. The Cargo, Enjoy Every Moment. I haven't even played in this palette. I recently won this from Beauty by Angela. I'm going to have to get in here and check it out. The Laura Geller Delectables Delicious Shades of Nude. This is another baked eyeshadow that I have not really played in either. The Balm in the Balm of Your Hands, Volume 2. This came in an Ipsy, I'm wanting to say. Anyway, that is that. The Dose of Colors Hidden Treasure palette. This is rather new also. We got this in December. I like this palette. I don't like the way it's set up, but I do like the palette. The Celestial Thunder palette. Pretty colors. Some of them don't work very well. Some of them work amazingly. And then the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette. I know most people got rid of their palette, this palette from her. I decided to keep mine. Some of these colors are interesting, and I have used it. So we're gonna put those up and get the next drawer. Okay, last drawer. We have an LA Colors Smoky Eyeshadow. This was something I won from Nicole Davis. And that is what that eyeshadow palette looks like. We have the Wet n Wild Bed of Roses palette that I won from Linda. This is a very pretty palette. I love the colors in here. I love the look of the palette. Another LA Colors, also from Nicole. The Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. You can hear my dog licking in the background. This is a C color golden palette. It's a dupe for the Natasha Denona, but I couldn't tell you which one. The Tartlet Toasted palette. That is what that palette looks like. The IBY City Limits palette. That is what that one looks like. The Real Her Do Your Squats eyeshadow palette. I bought this for Samantha through the Ipsy add-on. I don't know if she's even used it. The ColourPop California Love palette. This is a very pretty palette. My husband likes this palette too. The Physicians Formula Butter eyeshadow. This was Tropical Days. I did not care for this eyeshadow palette after I wanted it and wanted it and wanted it. I was not impressed. The best thing I can say about it is it smells good. This is just a palette that I keep for the packaging. It says Paris. I couldn't even tell you where I bought this palette now. But it's a very cool toned palette. The gray in here I like a lot, obviously. Then we have the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette. This is my Thanksgiving palette. Then we have the Ace Beauté Scarlet Dusk. These are new. I have used them, but they are newer palettes to me. There's that one. And then the Vintage Dawn. I like Ace Beauté's eyeshadows. They are very nice to work with. Then we have the Pure Midnight Masquerade face palette. I rather enjoy this palette when I use it. The blushes not so much, as you can see, but the eyeshadows, the green in here is beautiful. Then we have the Tarte Volume 3. This is an eyeshadow palette. Most of us use it for a highlighting palette because that is pretty much what this palette is. If I can get it open. Okay. And that is what that palette looks like. And this is the Tarte Be Naturally You. Let's see. The Be You Naturally eyeshadow palette, which had a lot of scandal because of the repackaged packaging. But nonetheless, there is that palette. Then we have the Violet Voss Essentials palette. This is a nice, easy palette to work with also. The Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. The Alamar Cosmetics. Rena Del Carby. This one, Volume 1. This is another one that did not come in my Boxycharm. I joined the month after, so I missed it and still had to go purchase it, but I'm glad I did. The Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. The Urban Decay Naked's Ultimate Basics palette. The Pure Festival palette. Everybody knows this is my concert palette. This palette has been through a lot already with me, but I like it. Then we have the Violet Voss Fruit Sorbet. Just Gus kept taunting me with this palette. I finally got it. The Dose of Colors Sassy Sienna's palette. Miss Belle's gonna cry. Then we have the Too Faced White Peach palette. This was a steal that I found at TJ Maxx. Baby Belle. The Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. And then the newest Too Faced Palm Spring palette with somebody's finger in it. So there is that. So I'm going to put these up and we'll be right back. Okay. This is the Monsieur Big 12 Shades of Love. This is a Lancome palette. It is a $50 palette. And I've only used it a couple of times. And this is what the inside of that looks like. It is a very pretty palette. Then the whole top is a mirror. My Storybook Cosmetics. This is the Robin Hood. These are fairly new. Most of everybody has them. That is those colors. And the Red Riding Hood. That is them colors. The Little Briar Rose. That is what that palette looks like. And then the Burn Book. Looks like that. Okay, just a second. Alright, and last but not least are my Jeffree Star palettes. We're going to start with the small one. So, of course, we have the Mini Controversy. We all know the heartache of not getting the Conspiracy. There is that one. The Mini Jawbreaker. The Alien palette I just had out in a video not long ago. This is my favorite palette by him to date. And that is what that palette looks like. The Beauty Killer palette. The Androgyny palette. The Thirsty palette. This one was also just recently out. The Jawbreaker palette. The Morphe Jeffree Star. The Blue Blood palette. And what that palette looks like. And then, of course, Blood Sugar. And that is it, guys. That is my makeup collection in a year. I can tell you, sitting here going through it, it's a lot. So I hope the video wasn't too long. I hope you stayed to check it out. Please leave some comments if you have questions or would like to see something closer, or anything that you think I can't live without in my collection. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It does help the channel, and we are growing. And until the next one, y'all stay beautiful. Bye.